Be ready. 5 seconds.
Mahendra was a junior supervisor in a firm which offered on hire supervisors at various types of construction sites, factories, bridges, dams, and so on. His job was to keep an eye on the activities at the work site. He had to keep moving from place to place every now and then as ordered by his head office, from a coal mining area to a railway bridge construction site, from there, after a few months, to a chemical plant which was coming up somewhere. He was a bachelor. His needs were simple and he was able to adjust himself to all kinds of odd conditions, whether it was a circuit house or a makeshift canvas tent in the middle of a stone quarry. But one asset he had was his cook Iswaran. The cook was quite attached to him and followed him wherever he was posted. He cooked for him, washed his clothes, and chatted away with his master at night. He could weave out endless stories and anecdotes on varied subjects. He also had an amazing capacity to produce vegetables and cooking ingredients seemingly out of nowhere in the middle of a desolate landscape with no shops visible for miles around. He would miraculously conjure up the most delicious dishes made with fresh vegetables within an hour of arriving at the new workplace. Mahendra would be up early in the morning and leave for work after breakfast, carrying some prepared food with him. Meanwhile, Ishwaran would tidy up the shed, wash the clothes, and have a leisurely bath, pouring several buckets of water over his head, muttering a prayer all the while. It would be lunchtime by then. After eating, he would read for a while before dozing off. The book was usually some popular Tamil thriller running to hundreds of pages. Its imaginative descriptions would hold him in thrall. His own descriptions were greatly influenced by the Tamil authors that he read. When he was narrating even the smallest of incidents, he would try to work in suspense and a surprise ending into the account. For example, instead of saying that he had come across an uprooted tree on the highway, he would say, with eyebrows suitably arched and hands held out in a dramatic gesture, "The road was deserted and I was all alone. Suddenly I spotted something that looked like an enormous bushy beast lying across the road. I was half inclined to turn and go back, but as I came closer I saw that it was a fallen tree with its dry branches spread out." Mahendra would stretch himself back in his canvas chair and listen to the tales. Not a day passed without him recounting some story packed with adventure, horror, and suspense. Whether the story was credible or not, Mahendra enjoyed listening to it because of the way in which it was told. Ishwaran seemed to more than make up for the absence of a TV. Every night Mahendra peered into the darkness outside through the window next to his bed, trying to make sure that there was no movement of dark shapes. But he could only see a sea of darkness with the twinkling lights of the factory miles away. He had always liked to admire the landscape on full moon nights. But after hearing the story of the female ghost, he avoided looking out of his window altogether when the moon was full. One night he was woken up from his sleep by a low moan close to his window. At first, he put it down to a cat prowling around for mice.